music plays such an integral part in the creative process for my films. Music touches and expresses certain emotions that sometimes cannot be articulated with literature or visuals. What is it about music, and why did you want to pursue it?
It's exactly what you're talking about, you know, that emotion and that connection, that relatability, you know, when you listen to certain sounds. And then when it's accompanied by such a visual that meshes it together, it kind of just gives you a whole story, right? It gives you that how do you say, it just gives you a meaning of life sometimes. Have you ever
Right.
watched a movie?
Yeah.
How many times have you watched a movie or you watched a show and it was like, that's what I needed to watch because that relates to me and I need to push myself. I need to give it a try. It kind of
Yeah.
gives you like more faith. Music was always an escape for me.
Yep.
You know, I just would always gravitate towards it, the melodies. And the reason why I got into music was my parents had subscribed for Columbia House subscription. Like back in the days,
Oh,
in the
wow.
90s,
Right,
you could
right.
get like a monthly subscription and get like the latest CDs, like maybe 6 of the latest CDs for the month.
Mhm.
You would get it. And I got like Tony Braxton, Oasis, Ace of Base. So I got like contemporary. I was introduced to contemporary rock and then R&B.
Right.
R&B was like my childhood. And
Yeah.
then when I got like BET
Yeah.
and I saw, so basically I grew up in a time where the golden era, where hip hop and R&B was becoming mainstream. So the budgets were extremely high. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about $1 million music videos.
Yeah.
So just as a young teen,
Yep.
I was so captivated by all these visuals and all these sounds and all these different ways to express yourselves and tell a story. So immediately I was like, I love this. Let
Yeah.
me just, you know, dive into this. Yeah, I spent a lot of time just locking myself in my mom's room and just listening to music.
It's
A lot
amazing.
of songs I had no business listening
Yeah,
to.
no, of
Like,
course.
you
Yeah.
know, when you
You
look
don't even
back,
know
you're
what the
like,
lyrics are half the time.
what
It's like when I got introduced to
exactly?
Eminem back in like when I was like 8 or something. Did not understand the lyrics. But that just goes to like, I'm glad you brought that up. You know, with art,
Mhm.
it's interesting.
Mhm.
I've been talking to some friends and colleagues about this, where it hits
Yes.
the soul differently depending on where you are in life. You know, the
Mhm.
Rocky movies, for instance, right? Like they never really resonated with me when I was 15. I don't know why. Like it just didn't. I
Mhm.
didn't understand the
Mhm.
character, what he was going through. Now that I'm 26, I start to understand. I start to appreciate the underdog. You know, I start to, and I
Exactly.
think you can as well, right?
Mhm.
Especially as artists, you know, coming up, trying to make themselves, trying to make it, I should say, establish themselves.
Absolutely. The coming of age stories, it's
Yeah,
such a
they always hit.
delicacy.